Of all the EuroLeague derbies, El Clasico is a special one. The history, passion, and the genius play calls to try and outsmart the opposing team and get the win. So, in anticipation for their upcoming battle, we gotta break down all the hidden tricks that both teams used during last season's showdown. What up everybody, my name is Stefan from the YouTube channel Heat Check EuroLeague. Let's get into it. Right from the tip-off, Barcelona's intentions were obvious in this game. Involve the rim protector Tavares in screening actions and get him as far away from the rim as possible. So, first possession of the game, Satoransky finds Kalinic on the low block and runs straight to Tavares, setting a screen for Jan Vesely to pop out on the free throw line. A mid-range jumper that he's effective with, so he knocks down the open look. For Real, Tavares is a big part of their game, but a lot of the offensive flow comes from the off-ball movement and actions they run for Canan Musa. Watch him curl from the corner, getting a double screen right here on the perimeter. Satoransky is going to fight over to still contest the shot, but Musa sees daylight, fires away, and connects from downtown. And pay attention to all the early screening by Madrid up top. All of this is just to create a mismatch, and they get Vesely off of Tavares, who realizes this and immediately drops down to the post. So now the defense is all packed around him, ready to help. He whips it out to Ndiaye, who was open, but the great recovery by Barcelona getting back to contest, and all of a sudden the shot clock is a factor here. We got a desperate shot from Musa almost from the logo, and he still swishes it. Barcelona continues to involve Tavares in the pick and roll. A high screen by Vesely for Kalinic, but unlike them, Real doesn't want to give up the switch, so Kalinic has a three-point look and he buries it. Now watch what happens here as Barcelona goes for another high screen. Obviously, Satoransky is driving against the much bigger Tavares, so he doesn't want to challenge him at the rim. Instead, his preference is to have him engaged while Vesely rolls and creates the 2-on-1. But look at Hezonja sliding in and bumping Vesely, getting him off of his trajectory just a bit, enough for Campazzo to recover back to his man, and the 2-on-1 potential is now gone. Instead, it's a scramble possession, but Kalinic saves it with a terrific individual move, the step back and the mid-range jumper at the buzzer. Again, here's how Musa's outside threat creates opportunities for Madrid. He's under the basket and gets a double screen, which you can see that Barca switches both picks. So now with Kalinic on Tavares, the ball goes straight down low, which calls for an immediate double team. Barcelona is rotating very quickly in these situations, but we still get the shot here, and in a scramble like this, there's usually someone who's wide open. Unfortunately for the defense, that's Musa here, and we got another triple. And when a guy has the hot hand, there's no need to complicate. Just give him the ball, set a screen for him, and
brought Joel Para, and look at Canan Musa, just continues shooting the lights out with the foul as well. Incredible start to the game from Canan Musa.
With Barca trailing early on and Tavares blocking shots all over the place, they know that they have to attack in transition while the defense is still not set. And La Provitola does just that.
Is La Provitola in transition looking for three? And makes it. Barca going through a tough period in the game, but they're hanging in there.
Then look how his teammates allow him to have a head of steam by setting a pick up top, but also a back screen over here to give Lapro just a bit more space on the drive. And check out the savvy move to slow down and just lob it over the contest, knowing that his big man is right there to clean this one up. Second quarter starts with the bench unit for Real, meaning that Rodriguez has the ball and a more mobile big man with him in Vincent Poirier. So we get a high screen almost at the logo, and Vincent is sprinting back inside because he knows that Chacho is a master of the lob pass, so we got this.
Looking for the alley-oop, and Poirier obliges. It's a classic combination. Those two have delivered that so many times this season.
Poirier, who's now with Efes, gave Madrid a different dynamic offensively. Focus on the quick screen and then the rescreen up top to get Llull enough space to raise up, and we got El Triple de Sergio Llull. This is the same setup as the end of the first quarter for La Provitola, with two screens here, out of which the ball handler will penetrate inside, the shooter pops out for the three, while the big man dives inside. And as we let it roll, you'll see why Hernan Gomez does that, because Lapro stays patient with the defender trailing him, engages the rim protector, and delivers a beautiful shuffle pass for the floater by Hernan Gomez. And again, the transition opportunities for Barcelona. They run hard after misses, so follow Kalinic here, seeing that he's matched up with the much smaller Rodriguez and he's got the empty space to the rim. So he just stops and boxes out Sergio, allowing for the lob pass to be delivered right at the basket, and some easy points for Kalinic, pulling off a veteran move, and Real has to call a timeout. Out of the break, Madrid spreads the floor, leaving all of this space inside completely empty, and you'll see why in a second. Yuri is going to get a screen on the wing and a handoff into another pick up top. So with Barcelona forced to switch this with a slower defender and the paint wide open, there's no help on this drive, and Sergio is going to finish this and get the foul. We gotta see this once again in full speed to fully appreciate the deadly execution from Madrid, as everything happens in the blink of an eye. But just as he punishes the slower defenders, Barcelona is going to attack him by posting up the bigger Kalinic on the block against Yuri. Corsair tries to cheat and help off of his man, but La Provitola makes them pay yet again.
Kicks it up for La Provitola. Beautifully released.
Real, however, is going to respond with an interesting misdirection play. You see all the action going on the perimeter, and Hezonja is standing as if he's setting the screen for a potential cut along the baseline. So with all the attention elsewhere, Mario turns around and sprints out to the wing, getting a pick himself, and he's all alone for this practice 3, which of course goes in. In the very next possession, this is the exact same play, with Musa running across and the big man heading towards Hezonja for a screen, but this time it's a different look out of that play, with Mario curling inside and awarding Poirier with a great assist for the slam. Barca are again down by 7, so they go to their bread and butter, the 1-5 pick and roll, with Jokubaitis putting the pressure on the defense before dropping a pocket pass to Vesely, who pops back to his office at the elbow and knocks down another jumper. But Madrid's execution here is masterful. Let's watch it in full speed before I break it down.
Chacho for Poirier, another alley-oop. They just keep on combining, pretty much unstoppable, those two.
Corsair drops it down to Poirier and sprints to set a cross screen for Rodriguez. If Brizuela switched onto Sergio, Corsair would have inside position on Jabari Parker. The pass goes to him and the layup. So since Barca plays this straight up and Parker is trailing, now Vesely has to close out on this open shot, and the great dive inside by Vincent, knowing that the pass will be there from the lob master, and we got the throwdown. Parker would get his revenge on offense though, with the Kalinic back down and fadeaway coming up short, and the offensive rebound falling right in his hands. He raises up and hits the 3 to get Barcelona a bit closer. In the final possession of the half, this is why they're so deadly in transition.
Brizuela, 2 seconds, shoots for 3, makes it! Dario Brizuela on the buzzer, allowing Barca to finish the first half on a high.
We got a close game at halftime, but when the play resumed, it was the same old transition attack from the home team, poking the ball out of Tavares here and the lightning quick switch up from defense to offense, looking for the open guy, and Parker with the great awareness finds Kalinic, who's got all day to set up and let it fly for the bucket. Every chance they got, you see on the rebound, Satoransky is calling for the pass so that he can push the ball and hopefully catch the defense unprepared. Parra gets the open look, and despite the miss, in a rush like this, guys are out of position, so Real only has Tavares battling for this, and Kalinic and Vesely out-hustle him, securing 2 more Barca points in transition. And the home team runs the same action from earlier in the first half. This is called a stack pick and roll. The big man sets the first screen and dives inside. The shooter sets the second screen on the helper and he pops out to the 3-point line, taking a man with him. But it's gotta be this guy. It cannot be the original defender, because that would completely open the lane on the penetration. However, either way it's tricky, because now Kalinic still has Tavares trailing and a 2-on-1 situation under the rim. So as we let it roll, Nikola threads the pass to Vesely for the finish inside. Let's run it at full speed to see just how many options this play has and how difficult it is to cover. Now, this is El Clasico, so the will to win and the intensity is through the roof, as neither team would allow their rival to beat them. So this resulted in a war with a lot of fouls, stoppage of play, and good defensive contests that prevented the offense from getting the bucket, which is why the game turned into a low-scoring affair. But to me, this is the fun part. 2 teams battling it out at all costs.
Now Tavares. Willian Gomez has been brought in to guard him. Tavares still can't get going. Everything's coming hard to him.
The offensive struggles, however, do not involve Canan Musa, who's watching the side pick and roll develop. This is a potential 2-on-1 against Hernan Gomez, so Satoransky slides over to help. And as soon as Campazzo senses him, he flips it back to Musa and he'll raise up for his 5th three-pointer of the night. Nothing but the bottom of the net. Cannot give him even a split-second opportunity. Barcelona responds with a side pick and roll of their own. You see that there's nobody else on this side. This is all room to operate. So Hernan Gomez could have even rolled all the way inside, but he pops right here, has the time and space to shoot this one, and easy money. Speaking of easy, check out how Tavares will get a simple back screen off the ball while diving inside. The slight bump, and just like that, he's got inside possession. Campazzo follows all of that and delivers a beautiful lob where only his big man could get it, and he flushes it down. Now we'll see a good example of running different options off of the same play. Here we have a double screen for Rodriguez. Jokubaitis goes under the screen and gets a bit lost trying to get out of them, which gives Sergio enough time to fire away and hit the three. Then the very next possession, he calls for the same action. This time his defender goes over the screen and chases him. So now Chacho attacks inside, and watch the slight hesitation move, faking the pass and hanging in the air enough to get Hernan Gomez to drop back to the big man. So there's no contest on the shot and he banks it in. And we entered the fourth quarter with a close game, the best possible outcome for the neutral fans. With high stakes on the line, the temperature is rising, so we got some sparks on the court. But thankfully, all of that gets resolved quickly and only showed us that we were in for an intense finish. Barca goes to the same empty side pick and roll. You see that with all the players clearing out on the right side, there's nobody helping out on the potential roll. And since Yuri is already trailing, this is a 2-on-1. Lapro lobs it and Vesely with the finish. This is when they also turn it up on the defensive end. Watch this entire possession, how Barcelona's defenders are closing out on every potential opportunity, so Yuri has to fire away a difficult shot and airballs it. So when there's a chance to run the break, you've seen what happens.
In transition, alley-oop for Vesely. Can't quite finish initially, but then he does, and Jan Vesely continues to dominate the paint.
The home team highlighted Yuri as the weak link in the pick and roll and decided to attack him again. La Provitola flies by and creates the advantage. The good initial tag here by Hezonja, but he doesn't stay long enough with Vesely, so then...
And finds a pass, and Jan Vesely! Huge slam all over Vincent Poirier. Jan Vesely taking over here at Palau Blaugrana.
With Blaugrana buzzing, this gives Barca some extra energy to play smothering defense out of the timeout, and they get another stop, allowing for yet another two-man action handled by La Provitola. Campazzo does a good job staying attached, but not strong enough right here, falling down and forcing Hezonja to help. So the perfect extra pass to an open Kalinic, and just like that, it's a double-digit lead. With all the momentum on Barcelona's side and time running out, fans can already feel this huge win. But this is El Clasico. We know that Real would make a run. On the Barca miss, Campazzo pushes the ball the other way, giving his opponents a taste of their own medicine. So he finds Corsair in the corner, who raises up for a crucial three-pointer to get it back to 6. And watch how Campazzo fools the entire defense here with the in-and-out dribble going opposite of the screen. And of course the defense collapses towards the paint, so Facundo throws a perfect pass to the corner again for another big three to keep Madrid alive. He continues pulling all the strings on offense, executing a nice pick and roll connection with Tavares here, who should have dunked this and gotten an and one. But he converts the free throws and the drama continues. We're back to a 5-point game. The drama could have escalated here on this miss, with Campazzo pushing it yet again in transition, forcing the issue, catching the defense in scramble mode, and delivering another perfect corner pass to the most lethal shooter in this game. Musa fires away, but he's just short. So then, watch what happens here. A miscommunication in the most important moments of the game. Barca goes for a high screen and Tavares immediately signals for a switch. Campazzo needed to go out here and pick up Lapro. Everybody's pointing, but the switch isn't there, leaving all of this space for the potential dagger. So then...
Lapro Vitla for 3! And Barcelona now have one hand on the victory, an 8-point lead.
a clutch shot to make it an 8-point lead with about 85 seconds to go. Madrid would try to make another push and actually had a chance to get it down to 2 with half a minute left, but couldn't get it to go, and Barca celebrates a big win in the eternal Spanish derby. I'm sure that we'll get an equally as exciting showdown between these two teams in just a few days on the 28th. Thanks for watching, and check out HeatCheck EuroLeague for more content. Talk to you in the next one. Peace out.